Hello, my lovely people. Grace here, Bicadonia. Now, I want to tell you a story. 2019. Most of us have never heard of coronavirus. I am riding around Southeast Asia, footloose and fancy free. I ride through Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, back to Thailand. At this point, I've been on the road for about 2.5 years, and that's when all my gear just disintegrates on me. So my city adventure boots, the stitching fails, they come apart at the seams. The glue fails, the soles fall off. Everything disintegrates. My waterproofs, no longer waterproof. My gloves, more like mittens. So at this point, I was in touch with the lovely, lovely people at Axel's bike shop in the Netherlands. And they said to me, don't worry, we can sort you out with some new gear. And I was absolutely stoked, as you would be. But we had one more challenge to deal with, and that challenge is getting this stuff from Europe into Southeast Asia. Now, first there's the shipping cost, which is okay, but then there is the customs cost, and that can be heinous. Now, technically in Thailand, for example, it's not meant to be more than 40% of the value of the item. But the way that the value of the item is calculated for customs purposes, that can be unpredictable and usually not in your favour. And so we came up with a plan. My friends from Malaysia happened to be visiting Europe. They would get my box of stuff and they would bring it back to Malaysia. And then I would ride across the border from Thailand down to Malaysia and get my mail. It was going to be perfect, except coronavirus. Now, we all know how that went down. So for 2.5 years, as you can imagine, I was not riding across any borders to get my mail at all. Anyway, a sad, sad story. Now, I took those original boots down to Suthep Road to the shoe repairer there, and he eventually managed to stitch them together into some semblance of what they originally used to be. And I've been wearing them ever since. Waterproof? Absolutely not. Vaguely intact? Yeah. As for the waterproofs, I've been riding around for the last 3 years just getting wet. And if it rains hard enough, sometimes I stop at 7-Eleven and buy one of those sexy looking ponchos. Finally, the border reopens. And so one of my friends, Kevin from Kuala Lumpur, he went to my other excellent friend in Kuala Lumpur. He retrieved this box of stuff. He wrapped it in plastic. He strapped it to the back of his motorcycle and he rode from Malaysia into Thailand with my box of gear. Here's how it went down. What a legend. And now, nearly 3 years later, it has arrived. The waterproofing was legendary. I dug through layer after layer after layer, and eventually I came down to the contents. They were dry as a bone despite having travelled through a monsoon on a motorcycle. And here I am, a very happy woman. Massive thanks again to Axel's Bike Shop and Kevin and Zita for making this all happen. The first thing I did was go and ride my CBR in the rain in these lovely waterproof boots. I am absolutely stoked, as you can imagine. One of the things I love about these boots is that they have a hinged ankle, so you can actually ride bikes like a CBR in these boots. They are really the best of both worlds, on-road and off-road. I should be good for another 5 years of adventures now. Anyway, if you're looking for me, I'll just be over here counting my blessings.